Hi friends, welcome to the Share Report. For all of those who are returning, thank you so much for being faithful and being here. Be sure to share this channel, likes, have other people to subscribe. And for the newbies that are here, thank you so much for joining the Share Report family. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and also share this channel. This channel is all about being active citizens, educating ourselves, using our head, knowing what we're up against, and all the things. So thank you so much for being here. So, as you have seen, we are not only in one, but two assassination attempts on President Donald J. Trump. And there are so many things that are going through my mind at this moment. One of them, when I first heard this, I'm like, unbelievable. One of the things that I did think about was I heard something from Candace Owens. She posted a podcast a few days ago, last week, mentioning that we should be on alert, how something else was going to happen. And boy, was she right. She was on the money. And that was the first thing that came to my mind when I had seen the headline, because at first I'm like, this can't possibly be true. I'm not going to jump on this until I know the facts, until I see everything that's really happening. And because we are in the beautiful state of Florida, where I live, all the information is coming out very quickly. People seem to be on board and sharing information. Unlike the last assassination attempt, things seemed a little shady. There was a lady that was over the Secret Service that was a failure. She's gone, but thankfully here in Florida, they're much more open about sharing information and getting on board with things. So hats off to my home state. But one thing I wanted to say, I wrote a bunch of notes and I'm going to insert a clip here. One of the crazy things about the corporate-owned media and these journalists or news anchors or these people that speak on these corporate-owned media stations, how terrible they are. I'm going to insert something that Lester Holt had said that was egregious, almost like this second attempt on President Trump's life was his fault, talking about the dogs and the cats from this last debate that he had with Kamala Harris. I'm going to insert that clip to show you how insane and egregious these people are and how disgusting they are and how they don't say that what's happening to him is wrong. I'm going to insert a clip right here so that you can see for yourself.
Today's apparent assassination attempt comes amid increasingly fierce rhetoric on the campaign trail itself. Mr. Trump, his running mate J.D. Vance continue to make baseless claims about Haitian immigrants in Ohio.
So as you can see, no mention about how this is the second attempt on his life. Instead, he wants to proceed and talk about something that was mentioned in the debate about the dogs and cats and the Haitian migrants eating them or whatever, which in my opinion, I don't think should have been brought up. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that these people have such evil in their heart. They're not even focusing on that people are trying to take his life away because of his political beliefs. That's how far this country has gone, that people think it's okay to harm other people because they have a different ideology or viewpoint than you do. There are so many people that I interact with that are extremely liberal or they have a different viewpoint than I do, that if someone tried to harm them, I would be appalled. It's just basic human decency. And that's what's lacking on the left and on these mainstream, I shouldn't call them mainstream, corporate-owned media entities. Just pure hate, pure evil. So I wanted to point that out because he's facing a little bit of heat for saying that and not addressing the root cause. So anyway, I wanted to roll on to this suspect of the assassination. His name is, I wrote some notes down. His name is Ryan Routh. He's actually from Hawaii. One of the things that I found very interesting about him is he's obsessed with the Ukrainian war. He went over in Ukraine. He was over there. The news people spoke with his son, who spoke about how he was very passionate about Ukraine. And one of the things that sparked my memory is my last video, I was talking about how there was a failed opportunity where more could have been spoken about with the Ukrainian war, how it could have been ended in just a snap like that. But instead, our country are big bullies and told Boris Johnson to, hey, let's not stop this thing. Don't sign the peace agreement. Don't stop the cease firing. So it was very interesting that my last video was actually talking about the Ukrainian war. And here we go. This suspect, assassin suspect, is obsessed with the Ukrainian war. And he seems like the type of person that would just soak all the media propaganda up, which is basically what's been happening, especially with this whole war thing. And which makes me think, and lots of people are thinking, there's someone on the inside. There's someone on Mr. Trump's Secret Service team that's telling secrets to other people, because he's out golfing and then someone pulls up with this large gun, this AK-47, a backpack, a GoPro, because he's going to film it, gets caught. How does one know? This is extremely suspicious, friends, extremely suspicious. How did they know that he was going to be at the golf course at that time and that hole and that amount of feet away from where he could have possibly been assassin, which would have been a terrible thing? How did one know? And this is another thing. The American people are getting more and more suspicious about these government entities, law enforcement entities that have acronyms. One starts with a C, the other one is, in the middle one is this, and the last acronym is an A. Because they've done it before. Think about JFK. Think about RFK. It has happened before. If they don't like your narrative, if they don't like what you stand for, if they don't like what you represent, they have no problem with unliving you. They have no problem with JFKing you. So that is the suspicions that I have. We have this guy who is so pro-Ukraine, and this is really a whole lot. These people, our officials are so pro-war, they're brainwashing people, and people are eating it up. And because Trump is very much saying that he wants to stop this and wants to save lives, people don't like to hear that. Because remember my last video, I had mentioned that someone on CNN, someone came on and says that war is money. So I'm not going to talk much about that, but I just wanted to mention that something just seems extremely, extremely suspicious. Another thing that's suspicious, I'm going to play a little clip here, is that there was no one in the perimeter of the golf course. Let's just look at this clip really quick. We had a journalist ask a question to the sheriff, and just listen and we will reconvene.
Well, you got to understand the golf course is surrounded by shrubbery. So when somebody gets into the shrubbery, they're pretty much out of sight. All right. And at this level that he is at right now, he's not the sitting president. If he was, we would have had this entire golf course surrounded. But because he's not, the security is limited to the areas that the Secret Service deems possible. So I would imagine that the next time he comes to the golf course, there'll probably be a little bit more people around the perimeter. The layout of the
Friends, you cannot tell me this is not an inside job. The sheriff just said that because he's not the sitting president, there was not a lot of people in the perimeter. He just 2 months ago just had someone trying to harm him and assassinate him. Just 2 months ago. Think about that. He's a candidate. He is running for president of the United States. And he didn't have enough people. After this already almost happened to him before, just 2 months ago. No one can tell me that it's not an inside job. There's more information coming out. I just wanted to give out my thoughts of how suspicious this whole thing is, that there's someone on the inside telling secrets. There's someone on the inside giving out information. And President Trump needs to be very cautious and due diligence and not trust every single person around him. He needs to keep his head up. Be suspicious, look around, see what's happening. He needs to hire a private Secret Service team for himself. Do something, because what's happening now is not working. So those are my thoughts. I'll upload another video, the more information that I have to share, because there's lots of information coming through. I have some more that I want to share, even about the suspect that they detained, and there was someone else that drove off. that went heading north to Martin County, which is about 40 minutes north. I go to Palm Beach quite a bit, so I know that stretch of travel. But there's more videos that I want to share as I get more information and everything, and I will update everyone. But let me know what you think. Do you think this is also an inside job? Do you think something is very suspicious? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Be sure to share this video and comment, subscribe, all the things. And thank you so much for being here, and I'll be back with another video soon.